Hello everyone. Our next video will be about the OGX customer flow. So first of all, what is a customer flow? The customer flow basically means all steps our EPs, exchange participants, are going through and all touch points they have with ISAC. Keeping this in mind, this is the customer flow we have. We start with attraction. So reaching out to any young person between 18 and 30 in our target group, attracting them, telling them about ISAC. Then we move on with the consideration, meaning informing them what ISAC is, bringing them through the whole sales process and making them wanting to go for an opportunity and actually make them confirm that they will go abroad. Then preparation, getting them ready to actually go out, preparing them for their experience abroad. Then making them go, so them actually being abroad, being in their project, in their internship, and then them coming back, having their debrief. And then it is a circle. This means we're not just happy once they are back home, but we want them to have a good experience so that they want to go again. And then we will start the process again from post-experience, moving on to consideration. We have different steps of the customer flow in between. These steps are the status, how we call it, on our internal platform XPA, which we will get to know later. So the different steps mean we have attraction where we have someone signing up. SU means sign up, or we also call it open. Then during the consideration phase, people apply, APP. They get accepted by host, which means that after officially applying on our platform isac.org, the hosting entity actually accepts them for the project. So they have an interview and they say, yes, you fit to our opportunity. You can come basically to our country. Accepted then means the EP actually accepting this project, signing an acceptance note and confirming that they want to go. Approved means the EP paid the money, signed the contract, and confirms to go abroad. Then the next step will be realization. So the EP being in the other country and having their first day of the experience. It does not mean that once they reach the host country, they are realized, but it's just once they have their first day of the project. And then finished means the last day of the project. So they are done with their experience over there. They finished their project, they finished their internship. And then completed is after they came back, after the whole debrief was done, and if all standards are fulfilled, what we'll look into in a few. So don't be confused about these abbreviations in general. ISAC is all about abbreviations. You will get to know a whole new language with a lot of ISAC words and abbreviations. Don't be afraid of that. Just always feel free to ask. Then looking more into the step of consideration, actually between the attraction, between the marketing actions that are done and the EP preparing to go abroad. So first of all, we have to contact this EP. We contact this EP, calling them, texting them on WhatsApp, and clearing all questions, clearing all doubts, and then making the application together. After the EP applied, there will be an interview with the host LC, local chapter, local committee. During this interview, the interview will more be an interview for the internships, for the volunteering opportunities. It's rather get to know and seeing if both expectations fit together of the EP and of the host side. Then accepted by host. This means after the interview, the host side accepts the EP to be able to come to the country. They are able to go for this project. Then the question is if the EP also wants to go. Therefore, the EP signs the AN, the acceptance note, which is to be found on isac.org in their profile where they applied for their opportunity before. Once they sign this acceptance note, it's just an online form asking, do you really want to go? Yes. Then this EP will be accepted. To get approved and to finally make everything ready to, okay, yes, I will go there, the EP has to pay the money and sign the contract. This is super important because this is all the legal things that need to be solved. And then also about clarifying about all experience details, like what kind of visa, is there a visa that needs to be purchased before? Does the EP know about all costs that are involved? Agreeing on the experience dates, for example. So all of this is very crucial and needs to be done before the EP gets approved. So overall, the consideration phase is the phase where all steps are in that are actually leading to an approval, which means, yes, the EP is about to go abroad and just needs to get prepared to go out. Then we also have our exchange standards. We don't just want someone to go and just to be abroad, but we want them to be abroad and having a good experience. Therefore, we have 16 standards that need to be fulfilled for an EP to be considered as having a good experience. Some of these experience standards are to be delivered by the home entity, and some are by the host entity. And we also have 3 different stages of the process where these exchange standards have to be fulfilled. So we have the preparation standards, the experience standards, and the post-experience standards based on the customer flow stages. So what we as home entity, so the sending entity, have to deliver is a personal goal setting in the beginning during the preparation, an outgoing preparation seminar, which can include the personal goal setting, and insurance. So we have to make sure that the EP knows that they have to get an insurance. Then the last thing, once the EP comes back, we have to make sure that they get a debrief with ISEC. Everything in between has to be delivered by the host entity, so the receiving side. However, if an EP has a bad experience, the EP does not differentiate between ISEC in Uganda and ISEC in the receiving country. But in general, they will say that ISEC delivered a bad experience to them. So it's in our all interest that the EP will have a good experience, also while being abroad especially. So it's also up to us to follow up with the host side to make sure that all of these standards are fulfilled. Why is this also important for us? Because people will ask us for our conversion rate of how many of our EPs get completed. Because completed means someone finished their experience. Remember, we said the stages in the experience phase are realized and finished. So realized starting the project with the first day, finished ending it with the last day. But then to get completed, someone has to finish the experience plus the exchange standards have to be fulfilled. So that's why it's very important to actually keep these exchange standards in mind. Otherwise, an EP can never fulfill or like go the whole way through the customer flow. So this was in brief the customer flow. In case of any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me to ask any kind of questions.